Major Pramar here, crushbackpain.com. Over the past several weeks, I've had some questions regarding what types of exercises you should do if you have a cervical herniated disc. So today we're going to cover what you should focus on if you have a cervical herniated disc or if you have neck pain in general. There are three primary areas that you want to address. You want to address the thoracic spine, so that's that area in between your shoulder blades, basically your mid-back. You want to improve the mobility of the thoracic spine because that reduces stress, strain, and force through your neck, through your cervical spine. You want to work on the deep cervical flexors. Those are some muscles in the front of your neck, and they're actually underneath these muscles that you can palpate with your fingertips. So you can't palpate the deep cervical flexors. They're deep to these more superficial muscles, and they connect to the front of each vertebrae, and they fine-tune the postural position of your neck. They fine-tune movement. We know with neck pain, with cervical herniated discs, those muscles become inhibited. They do not work as well. And we're also going to address the cervical extensors, which are the muscles that connect from your skull and come down either side of your spine. And we know the cervical extensors are also impaired in people that have neck pain and herniated discs. We're going to work on those three areas. You're going to do these exercises in the order that I go over them, and we're going to start out with thoracic mobility. So I have a towel here. It looks like it's a little dingy. It's been out in my garage for a while. That's okay. But the first drill you're going to do is going to improve thoracic extension. That's going to take some of the forces out of your neck, out of your cervical spine, allow the disc to heal, get a little less pressure through the disc, and the joints and other tissues as well. So grab a towel, just a normal bath towel. You're gonna fold that thing in half, lengthways, just like this, and then you're gonna roll it up into a tight cylinder. Now you can do this with a foam roll, a half foam roll, works really well. But if you don't have one, you don't wanna go out and buy one, I don't blame you, just use a towel, it works just as well. Just gotta roll it up nice and tight. Sometimes people even put some tape around there so it stays. But there you go, you got a towel roll. Pretty simple. You're going to put that thing on the ground, and then you're going to get on your back, and you're going to get that towel roll right back between your shoulder blades. So, let's see here. Get this situated so you can see what I'm doing. So, I've got this right along my upper thoracic spine. It goes across the tops of my shoulder blades. Now, you want to support your neck. You don't want to have your hands up here on your head, pulling your neck up, and you don't want to just let your neck come back. So take your hands, interlock your fingers, and support your neck so your neck's neutral. So you're not pulling it into flexion, you're not letting it just fall into extension, you're supporting it, the neck is neutral, chin will be slightly tucked, and then you roll back over that towel and use it as a fulcrum to extend your thoracic spine. This will feel good. A lot of times people get some cracks and pops, that's fine. It's just a self-manipulation of the thoracic spine. It's those joints moving. And you're going to do about 10 or 12 along that upper thoracic level, and then you just move up, which will move the towel roll down. Not very far, just to the mid-thoracic spine, which is around the bottom of your shoulder blades, the bottom of your scapula. And then, again, remember you're supporting the neck, you're not pulling it forward, you're not letting it extend back, you're supporting it. The motion comes where that towel is, and you're just going to lean back 10, 12, even 15 times. And that's going to really mobilize that thoracic spine. So really simple, really easy, but effective in improving thoracic extension, which reduces the forces through your neck, through the cervical discs. Okay, so you've done that. Then you're going to roll over. You're going to get on all fours. This is another thoracic mobility drill. We just extended the thoracic spine. Now we're going to rotate, extend, and flex the thoracic spine. So with this one, I like to do elbow to elbow. Again, the motion comes through your mid-back. You just put a hand up here behind your neck, bring your elbow down to your opposite elbow, and then come up. I like doing it that way. Sometimes you'll see people reach through and come up. that's fine too. These are both acceptable ways, but I just like elbow to elbow, and you want to localize that motion through your mid-back. You do 10 or 12 that way, then you just switch sides. So now I switch right hand back behind my neck, elbow to elbow, and all the way up. When you come up, really make sure you pull that elbow up and out. You'll get some good thoracic rotation and extension. So 10 or 12 each side, and then we've got your thoracic spine nice and mobile. Now we're going to go right into the cervical extensors since we're in that all fours position. So you just kind of stay where you're at. Both hands are on the ground, both knees. Literally all you're going to do is let your head come down, pull it up, almost like a chin tuck. Let it come down, pull it up. It's called axial extension. That just means you're extending here instead of here. So it's not this. You're not trying to look up. Your eyes will stay looking down at the floor or the ground, but you'll pull your head and neck up so it looks like this. Again, really simple. That's working your cervical extensor. So this is all it is. So again, not very complicated. It's not going to feel very strenuous. It shouldn't. You're working on those muscles that extend your neck. This is a gentle exercise, but we need to get those muscles contracting, get them working. So you've got the cervical extension work. I would do anywhere from 8 to 12 reps with that. And right after that, you're going to roll over on your back. And you're going to work on your deep cervical flexors. So with this one, this is probably take a little more work. Take one of your hands, doesn't matter, right or left, and you're going to palpate the muscles in front of your neck, these big muscles you can feel. And then you're literally going to work on tucking your chin, but you're going to do it without flexing the muscles under your fingers that you can feel. So you just tuck. Now it's going to take some practice. There, I had to really work on that one and think about it. But you tuck your chin, and you know you're doing it right when you tuck and you don't feel the muscles under your fingertips contract. So if you're feeling those muscles under your fingertips tighten, you're using the wrong ones. So you're just going to do a gentle tuck, and when you get it, when you can tuck it and not feel the muscles under your fingertips contract, you know you did it right. Then you're going to hold it for about 5 seconds. And then relax, and that's a repetition. I'd start out trying to do anywhere from 5 to 8 really good reps. With this drill, think quality opposed to quantity, because we want to activate, we want to make those deep cervical flexors nod your head, not these superficial muscles. Because the superficial muscles that you can palpate, when they nod your head, they can press those discs down, and they're not really made to fine-tune the movement to be the kind of postural stabilizers. The deep cervical flexors are made to do that. So we're turning those muscles back on. We're getting them to do their job. And basically, once you get where you can do a nod and get a good hold, you know you're doing it right. And then with the deep cervical flexors, I would just progress it to where and it's subtle, and your head is not coming up off of the surface that you're on, the ground, the floor, whatever it is. The back of the head stays in contact, and it's a nod. So you can see better if I don't have my hand up here. It's just, this exercise is real subtle. You're not gonna feel like you're doing very much, but if you get it down and you do it right, the deep cervical flexor exercise has a lot of potential to reduce neck pain and to get your neck where it's held in a proper position so you don't have excessive forces through your discs, through your facet joints. So you've got 3 things to work on. You've got thoracic mobility, you've got the cervical extensors, and then you've got the deep cervical flexors. Those are the 3 areas you really want to focus on exercise-wise if you have a cervical herniated disc. If you have any questions, let me know. If this video helps you, give me a thumbs up, drop me a line below, and check back weekly on the Crush Back Pain YouTube channel for proven methods to beat back pain.